College girls are out on the campus hunting for college guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, and most of all, I would say do things that you like to do. Some things have more males than females or vice versa. So if you're looking for males, right, go where the males are going to be. If you're looking for females, go where the females are going to be.
Yeah.
I know, like here, volleyball.
Well, beach volleyball was great. I mean, you would not believe how many eligible males are on a volleyball beach. Well, actually, what you have is you got little teenage girls on the beaches looking for guys.
Yeah.
So you're basically, it's an open field because they're not...
for men or women.
Yeah. They're looking for... The volleyball players are looking for people, got females that are athletically inclined, that are well built, and are basically not paying a whole lot of attention to them.
I know, that's kind of funny, because one of the things we noticed is that the men at the volleyball were very much into volleyball.
Yeah.
The women that were there, unless they're a serious volleyball player, they're all looking at the guys.
Yeah, but they're almost all underage, which is the funny part. Like, there's no way on any earth that any of those guys on the volleyball court are going to pay the slightest bit of attention to a 14 or 15-year-old in a micro mini swimsuit. They ain't going to do it.
Well, yeah. If you're 14 or 15, maybe good for you, but other ones, be aware of the age differences.
But we got proof positive, because who was it the guys would come up to and want you to take pictures of them when we were at the beach? They weren't going to the, to the teenagers. They were coming up to you. Could you take a picture of us? Do you want to take a picture of the rest of the guys? So she was making all kinds of contact and wasn't trying. Where the poor little girl who spent, like $300 for her swimsuit can't, with the sour. Well, I've got a camera. Why didn't they let me take a picture? Because she was 14 or 15 years old.
Oh, she's 14 or 15. And also I had a bigger camera.
Yeah, you had a bigger camera. And she had bigger equipment. But she was hunting, and they did not want to hunt her. That's the whole trick. You got to hunt. You don't want people to know you're hunting, or they won't pay any attention to you.
Oh, does that mean that falls into the area where you're trying too hard?
That's right.
I know, but I did get guys. We were having a good time because the guys leaned over their butts and said "lush" on it.
Yeah, I know.
I said, "Can you lean over for me so I can take a picture?"
They were having a good time. You see, if you don't push too hard, there's a lot of them that are interested in you. I mean, I know, for instance, that one of the guys was known for picking up other guys' wives all the time. Because they weren't interested. Because they were married. He'd just go pick them up, and he was known as causing more divorces than you could think of.
Well, most of these things that we've been talking about for dating mistakes all have to do with places to meet people.
Yep.
And where you are. And see, part of it is that's half of it. We didn't even go into all the other dating mistakes that people make, such as you meet them and you've already got your life planned with them.
Yeah, that's never a good plan.
Okay.
No.
Believe me, women do that.
I know. Well, yeah. I know that.
You're a guy. You've seen it many times.
I saw it firsthand. Yeah.
What?
First time I took, Angel out.
Yeah, but she just clobbered you hook, line, and sinker. You
I know.
Really fighting that hard.
Well, no, but still, I still got grabbed in the first moment.
He got grabbed the first moment.
Yeah, and you don't want to move in with the guy the first day because then he thinks you're rather forward.
Yeah, but she did.
Yeah. No, but I think the biggest mistake that women make on this dating stuff is they go where god-awful amounts of other women are.
Well, see, you know what? That's part of it. Is if you're going where there's lots of women that are your age,
yeah,
or lots of women, period, all hunting for the guys. It's just like it's like a smorgasbord. It's like, oh, I don't know.
You're not gonna find who you're looking for going to one of these private pool parties where you can be topless, because the majority of the people are there going to be women.
Oh.
That's right.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, because it's almost all women.
Really?
It's just like...
shows you that I haven't been there.
We heard, for instance, Samantha Brown on Travel Channel. Said, I don't know why I'd want to go to one of these pool parties. Said, I've got my own, and I've already seen them, and the place is 90% female. You go to where guys are going to be, not where women are going to be. Most of them they're herd bound.
Well, and here's the other part is if you're looking to meet guys, Okay, they always say one of the best ways to meet somebody of the opposite sex is to go with someone of the opposite sex.
Yeah.
It's just a friend.
Guys always like to take females from some other guy.
Yeah. Now, it helps if the other person with you is probably attractive. If the other person is really dumpy,
yeah,
it really probably doesn't help you.
No.
Although wealthy does help.
Wealthy, okay.
Wealthy
with taste, because if it's
yes.
wealthy and slob, they'll think that you're attracted to money. You'll go out with anybody for money.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're out with a really good-looking guy, the other good-looking guy is always wanting to take. And it's just an ego thing.
It's kind of like, well, that kind of shows their level of taste.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's it. It's just going out with one attractive female with you works. Going out with a herd and you chase the guys away.
Yeah.
Because they'll try, I'm talking to a guy will try to knock off the other female so that he can get to you. So.
Well, for example, if there's two females works.
Yeah.
Three females can work. If you start getting 4 and 5 females, it's like, forget it. It's just girls' night out.
Single guys don't pay any attention when there's 3 females.
Yeah.
2, they'll try to knock one of them, separate the 2, but not 3.
Yeah.
Because they figure one person is the the girl that's basically that nobody wants to go out with, which is there to shield her from everybody else.
So, I mean, unless there's a whole group of guys, then all you do is a party, but you're not looking for one individual one.
Yeah, frat parties is a nice place to go to.
Yeah, frat parties, sorority parties. But that's basically a whole group of males and a whole group of females, but you're all not going to one place.
Put it this way, at a frat party, you've got a real good chance of guys, because the guys are already... they don't go to a frat party except for 2 reasons. One is to drink and one's the other to carouse. So they used to be.
So if you drink and carouse, there's a really good chance you'll have a very good time.
Yeah.
Now, don't expect a long-term relationship from that.
No.
But you'll have a really good time.
That's right. So no, but it's funny is that there are. I think, was it 3 times as many females out there as there are available for males now, though, because not 70%
Wait,
of all.
say that again?
There are 3 times as many available females as there are males, because I think 50% of all the males that are born never get to be very old.
Really?
Yeah, males don't live very long after they're born. They tend to be the ones that are mostly aborted. They tend to be the ones that are born dead. Females are not very strong.
Of course, you could always do something like move to Alaska, where there's a lot more males than females.
I know, where they basically they send out advertisements looking for, way up north. Basically, there's a whole television series about bringing women to Alaska, because women don't like Alaska. They got a lot of good-looking lumberjack types in Alaska, but not a whole lot of women.
Yeah.
It's not conducive to having a lot of women, which is why the state's wealthy and doesn't have many people.
Yep. But there are places in Alaska that don't get as cold as others.
Well, there's places that basically have Indian summer. You can basically, where they grow fruits, vegetables in Alaska, but not further north you get, the worse it is.
Yeah, and then if you like to be, now see, part of it is right now we're talking about geographic locations. Because before we've been talking about places that you go to, but there are certain geographic locations. Alaska's one of them. Probably like, I would say Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
You think? Because there's a lot of engineering, tech guys. There are some females, and there's administrative staff, but it probably tends... Am I going out there? I'm not from
but Las Vegas casinos are filled full of young males. And the majority, the swimming pools are 90% female to male. The nightclubs are more male than there are females.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So for some unknown reason, a lot of women don't think they can attract men at a nightclub. The women, the women population in nightclubs is so low that they let the women in free in a lot of the clubs.
That's a good indication.
Yeah, that if you get in free, there's a heavy male concentration, and there's not enough females, and they're afraid they're going to lose the club, so they let the women come in free. So that's always a good place to figure. Probably a lot of guys in that place.
Yeah.
So
So part of it is, I mean, if you have some of your common interests that are places where guys are going to be, that's a really good place to start. Because part of it is if you're hanging out at Home Depot to meet, or the tech stores, and you know nothing about it, you have two choices. One is either to learn about it, or two is, well, and this won't be that hard, is if you don't know that much about it, ask and have them teach you.
Yeah, but I can tell you, this is Southern California. I grew up in the entertainment industry. I can tell people, my family's been in this thing since 1902. And I know for a fact that females basically would try to get acting gigs just because they knew they weren't after the stars. They knew that's where all the young athletic guys were.
Oh, really?
And they'd do the line bit. They'd go to casting calls so they could stand and they knew they had no chance in the world of getting the job. But
if you go to a casting call, everybody's waiting around.
So you're basically, talking. They said, do you think there's a chance they're going to hire you? And, hell no, I'm just here. And you talk to the guys talk to the females, because it's a cattle calls. They basically, you're just doing standing around waiting. And you don't even have to have any talent. They don't care, because you go in. I know lots of people have no talent. They're just guy hunting.
Oh, really?
That's how it's always been. They hunt for guys. Well, because they can size them up in the line. Another place is if you're under this. You have to be under 30. Is American Idol lines.
Oh, see, I didn't even think about all of these. Oh, yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah, remember when we went to the. We went to the one thing where they were hunting for the people with Rockstar, something that over at CBS they had for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And there wasn't anybody. I mean, we're talking the majority of the people in there were good-looking guys, and minimum of females, but they were all like in early 20s.
Oh, here's another. Take a college class.
Yeah.
On campus.
Yeah, take college classes, and you got to pick the right college class too.
Yeah.
Actually, you can take if you want to find football players, folks, go take crafts classes. And then ask the good-looking football player, I can't thread this needle. Yeah, I'll tell you that one. Everybody knows how old Cher is. I went to school with Cher, folks. Yeah.
So guess how old Cher is?
Yeah.
Old Kim went to school.
I went to school with her.
She looks pretty good.
I had crafts class in with her, and she said, "Can you thread my needle for me?" Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she was like freshman, and I was senior, but she was in there guy hunting. She wasn't hunting for. It's where all the football players were stuck in there because they wanted to make certain they could be academically eligible, so they stick them in crafts and art classes, film studies classes. Because the guys are going, once again, you're going to find athletes that are basically trying to get by without, they can sleep through the class.
Yeah, well, if you're now, probably free screenings at the ArcLight.
Yeah, the sneak preview thing.
Yeah.
Sneak previews, which
See, part of it, we're talking about LA, but there's probably things that are going on.
It's the same thing every community.
Yeah, everywhere.
If you live in your community, it's basically, all you got to do is to talk to the other females in the area, or talk to the males, and basically, if the females know about this spot, they'll go to them.
Well, and part of it is that here in LA, there are two places that are known. There's places that are known for networking, and there's places that are known for singles.
Well, yeah.
Okay? For example, they tell you that the best place to network is the synagogues.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the best place for singles is in Santa Monica at the church.
Yeah.
The church.
But that's it, but still, if you're a young business person, you're in really good shape. Mm-hmm. Because generally most, I'll put it this way, most members of the secretarial staff.
Oh, really?
Yep. They almost always are members of the secretarial staff, so why do you think women are secretaries in businesses?
Ah.
Because, and another thing is, I think you ought to remember, I'm doing this from remembrance because I don't go out a lot, but I'm very popular with females, which is unbelievable.
I know, because I'll take him out with me when I'm going shopping, and it's like all the girls are
Yeah.
paying attention to him.
Well, it's because it's a weird...